She stood tall, with the look of accomplishment on her face, knowing that she would be the second African-American woman to go into space. What great odds she had to overcome to get this far on an adventure most could only ever dream about. After being chosen by NASA, she spent a total of 42 days in orbit during 3 space shuttle missions. Stephanie Wilson once said, "With hard work and perseverance, it is possible to do what I have done." She was born on September 27, 1966, in Boston, Massachusetts, but a year later her family moved to a smaller town in the western part of the state. This small community, which she considers home, is Pittsfield. She completed her basic education there, where she learned about the importance of community and how she wanted to make her small town proud. She finally discovered what job she wanted to do for the rest of her life when she went on a career interest high school assignment. She visited with astronomy professor Jay Pastoff, and during their conversation, she learned that you could use and study both astronomy and engineering while being an astronaut. She enjoyed both studies and loved the idea of being able to go into space. From then on, she was determined to become an astronaut. She studied hard and was accepted into Harvard, where she got her bachelor's in science of engineering in 1988. From there, she went on to Martin Marietta, where she worked for 2 years before realizing she wanted more education before applying to one of the most competitive job fields out there. So she went on to get her Master's of Science in Aerospace Engineering from the University of Texas in 1992. After that, her next move was to be an employee at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, which is an aerospace company that works alongside NASA in order to create and use robotic spacecraft. She worked 4 years there before finally applying to NASA itself, and after several rounds of qualification, got in. Now, getting into NASA is no small feat. Sure, she was overqualified, but so were many of her fellow applicants. Becoming an astronaut at NASA is like trying to go to the Olympics in a sport like gymnastics or figure skating. It's highly competitive. Only a few people out of hundreds, even thousands, ever get to go. Yet she was chosen as part of a lucky 33 people out of thousands of highly qualified applicants. Those 33 people had to have the kind of experience and degrees that she had, and not every single one of them managed to make it to space. She had to work hard to get where she got and do what she did. Not only was it hard for her to accomplish what she managed to accomplish, it was harder because she experienced discrimination due to race and gender. She is a successful black woman in a white male-dominated field. She says she's never experienced discrimination while at NASA, but that the real obstacles were while getting the degrees and experience necessary in order to be considered by NASA in the first place. As a 50-year-old woman, she still looks forward to many more adventures. She hopes that one day fellow African-American kids might follow in her footsteps and that they might be able to share in the unforgettable memories that she has been so blessed to receive. That they might be able to look out the window of a spacecraft and see the vast Sahara deserts laid out before them and the beautiful Himalayas as if they were God. That they might be able to see our beautiful Earth from space. In conclusion, STEM fields tend to be the least diverse groups out there. This is a problem because diverse groups tend to be influenced by differing perspectives, which allow for better outcomes. It is a norm in STEM to work in groups in order to solve issues collaboratively and collectively. Research shows that in science and engineering, adding diversity to their groups highly benefits them. So let's add people like Stephanie Wilson to STEM.